Hello, everyone. Meteorologist Hutch Johnson joining you. Winter storm watches and warnings across the region as a storm system moving out of the central prairies of Canada will bring wind and snow and some dangerous travel conditions. I'll have the latest in your update coming up right now.
Now, a Hutch's weather update with Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson, brought to you by Robert Gibb and Sons.
I sure appreciate you trusting me with your weather information. In this update, we're going to go over snowfall potential, which isn't huge, folks, but the wind gusts to around 50 miles per hour will be possible. When does it start? When does it end? And what's going on right now, because we've had some freezing drizzle already creating some road havoc across the region. Let's start with a look at the radar. Here we have a batch of snow showers working its way into the Grand Forks region. Some mixed precipitation out by the state capital in central North Dakota. Let's start with the Grand Forks area all the way out toward Thief River Falls, where we see the darker blues here. Some of this is likely actually being pretty flaky. Viking out toward the Warren area and out towards Alvarado, and this extends right into the Grand Forks area. Is this really happening right now? We'll take a look at that. Now, out towards Devil's Lake, we have a little bit showing up on the radar here. Now, in the meantime, what we have going on is a cold front getting ready to move through after a warm front moved through this morning. That warm front is now located well out to the east of the area, and the cold front is fixing to or getting ready to make its way through the region as we speak. Now, here's a look at what we have going on right now, and the temperatures have been warming, but we're stuck in the low 20s here in the Red River Valley. Look at Bismarck, 39 degrees for that area, 46 in Mobridge. And even though we have the warm temperatures there, why did we get freezing rain here? Because above us, along a warm front, this warm air with more moisture in it rising up over the top of this cold pool of air here, wringing out some snowflakes across the region right now. So that's what's causing the precipitation. Many of us will see temperatures steady to slowly rising all night long, with the main effects of the wind and the snow that is yet to come to be felt overnight. Now, if you do have a question for Hutch, let me know right away in the comment section here on Facebook. I'd be happy to take a look. Brenda, thank you. Nathan, thanks for joining. Cheryl, good to have you on board. And again, let's go ahead and take a look at the forecast on the latest hourly model to give you the timing. There's a lot of potential hazards with this type of a system as it makes its way through. One of those hazards being the fact that we have some issues to worry about with wind and snow. Again, as I mentioned here, as this system works its way through, not a lot of snow fall potential with this system. We'll get to that in just 1 minute. But for now, here's a look at the our forecast as we go through. Now, let me get to a different model run here, just a couple back, and see how far out we can go. Okay, as this system works its way through, notice the north winds, that's this area right here, starting to increase in intensity. The low pressure system here, circulation around that is counterclockwise, so wind is going to be blowing out of Canada. This blue line here, think of that as the edge of the cold pool of air. The red line down here, think of that as the edge of the warmer pool of air that many areas enjoyed today. Watch what happens as we set this into motion. Something is wrong with my time bar once again. I apologize for the issue there. I will get that fixed, but essentially we're looking at dinner time tonight, 6-7 o'clock. Now, as we go through, we have areas that aren't showing up here of precipitation making its way through, and actually you can see the edge of the cold front. There's a couple waves of the cold front. You see these little bends in the isobars, these black lines right here? That's a leading surge of some cool air, but there's more up in Canada up here. Now, as we set this into motion, here's what's going to happen. And the cold front starts blasting through. It's going to bring some light showers of snow, and the time frame on this is overnight. This is midnight to 1 a.m. So that's when the worst of the conditions start arriving. We could get some areas or banding of snow that take place along this cold air as it plunges out of Canada right down the low terrain of the Red River Valley. Notice the isobars very close. Gusty winds out of the north. Again, a few areas will have gusts to 50 miles per hour. The best chance of that, the James River Valley and the Red River Valley. The Cheyenne River Valley is included in that general vicinity, as we will see that cold, dense air mass just plunging down and through the terrain. That's going to kick up some of this fluffy snow that we've had over the last couple of days and blow it around. So in open country in particular, we're going to get some blowing, some drifting, and some reduced visibility overnight and in the morning hours. Notice again, this model not showing much in the way of snowfall as it works its way through. And here is a look at the winds again. This time frame here is Wednesday morning. Very gusty winds out of the north, but quieting winds out in western parts of North Dakota. Snow out west, not that big of a deal. Snow here in the valley, not huge, but there'll be some banding of snow. And let's get to the latest on that. Now, how long does this wind last? It lasts throughout the day. This is a look at the evening hours on Wednesday. Still very strong winds from Lake of the Woods straight down through Bemidji, straight through Clearwater County, and right into central parts of Minnesota. Now, as you see here, this little area here, this is a cold core of air that's just plunging southward. So temperatures will be falling throughout the day on your Wednesday, and that's going to cause roads to really be icy throughout the entirety of the day. Here is the winds ending in the Red River Valley. The timestamp on this is going to be late on your Wednesday night. Late Wednesday night, the wind decreases from west to east across the area. Let's take a look at one other model here just to give us a little perspective. This is a Canadian model, and let's take a look at the timestamp on this. Here it is, a look at the bands of snow showers that we have in the region now. This is as we go through our Wednesday morning. Periods of light snow. Not a lot of additional accumulation here, but we're going to have blowing and lofted snow across the area. This banding that could take place in a couple of areas, oftentimes in a situation like this, will set up in one spot along that boundary between the coldest of the air and the warmer air. And wherever that lift is the greatest, we're going to wring out some snowflakes. So I do expect to see a narrow band or two with some enhanced snowfall, ending the winds as we go into your Thursday morning. So that's going to be the most brutal cold as well as we go through. Hey, Nathan, good to have you on board. Let's see if I have any questions. Good to see all of you. Thanks for joining me. Marion from Bismarck, good to see you. Thank you very much, James, for the kind feedback. Kayomi, thank you for, do you think it will turn into a blizzard warning? That's a wonderful question. Blizzard warnings have a specific definition, and the specific definition meteorologically, maybe not what you feel when you're white knuckling it down the roads, right? Please keep in mind that I want you to weigh in what you're comfortable driving with when you're making big decisions on whether or not to travel. If you don't like driving through a little bit of wind and snow, this is not going to be your time to get out on the roads. Blizzard warnings are when we have near zero visibility because of heavy snow and winds gusting over 35 miles per hour for at least 3 hours. We're going to have well over 3 hours of winds this strong. The question is going to be whether we'll have enough snow, either lofted snow, which would be a ground blizzard when we have that wind causing the snow that's here to be kicked up. That would be more like a ground blizzard situation. Still a blizzard. You still can't see, still white out, and it's still very tricky to travel. So with regards to your question, there could be spots in the typical places in the open country where that wind kicks up snow, and we could see a band of heavier snow set up. And if that does happen, that could produce blizzard-like conditions in some areas. So I won't rule it out, and there is the possibility. Kayomi, thank you for asking your question. I hope that cleared that up for you. Phyllis, good to have you on from Frazee, home of the world's largest turkey out there. Deborah, thank you very much. Okay, here we go. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at the snowfall potential. I've drawn this map out for you. You can take a look here, and I'll have much more coming up tonight as we go through the evening. So check back at hutchesweather.com. But here is a look at what I'm expecting. I think the band of snow that could be heavier may not set up in the exact spot that you see here. But what we have coming down on these north winds is a cold slop of air. Think of it as molasses. And when molasses is running down that hill, it moves slow. That coldest, most dense air is going to cause the warmer air in place here to lift. Where this boundary sets up along this warmer air that we have is where we're going to see this band set up. And that band is going to produce an area where we have upwards of a trace to a half of an inch of snow showers and spits of snow here and there across our entire area. Nothing too substantial other than the blowing and lofted snow. However, if temperatures are indeed reaching the near 40-degree mark in Dickinson and in Bismarck, as they are right now, 46 in Mobridge, South Dakota right here, that's going to cause a little bit of a more sloppy snow on the ground, which won't loft and lift, if that makes any sense. Betty, thanks for joining from Cormorant. And hi, and Ada, Sandra, good to have you on board. So I do think we're going to have a band, but that band's potential, a half of an inch, and then some spots within that band could be upwards of 3 inches or over 3 inches as you look near Rainy Lake, downwind from the big lake out here. High winds causing dangerous conditions as well on area ice sheets that have been trying to set up. So if we get gusts to 30 to 50 miles per hour in places, that action on the water surface could cause ice conditions to be a little questionable or a lot questionable. So please, please, please take precautions there. All right, that's a look at what we got going on. Karen, thank you for sharing. Ryan, thank you very much. Are you going to do Weather Kit again? Is there a way we could get a notification? Wait a minute. Are you going to do your Weather Kit again? Yeah, the Weather Kit is ongoing. You can sign up on hutchesweather.com. So please visit hutchesweather.com. That's my website. It's brand new. But on there, there's a Weather Kit button. You click it right at the top, and I'd love to have you sign up there. All right. Yeah, and yes, there'll be more Weather Kits to come, and it's always fun. Always fun. Thanks to my sponsors, by the way, over at Luther Family Ford for giving Hutch a location and you kids a location to do this wonderful project together. All right. Marlis says, watching from War Road, not snowing there, watching from Thief River Falls, BA. Good to have you on from southern Minnesota at 38 degrees in Bismarck. Scott says right now, hey, man, it looks like the roads with that is going to be a little bit on the sloppy sides even tonight as temperatures fall. How's the ice in the forecast if we've not warmed up over a week and it only hit 18 today, dew point 18 too? Is the warm air aloft even though there's cold down air down here? Yes. There's warmer air that's rising up over the top of us now. So even though we're cold and at 18 here, up above us, there's some of this air that's 35 and 40 degrees that's just above us. And weather balloons are launched from places like Bismarck and places like Aberdeen. And these balloons go up through the atmosphere and they measure the changes in temperature as we go up. The problem is we don't measure all locations. There's just about 1 to 2 of these locations per state that launch weather balloons. We do not launch one, by the way, in Grand Forks. So keep that item of note there. So that said, Mary's in Fergus Falls. Here's a look at the snowfall potential. We've talked a little bit about that. Let's take a look at some road conditions right now. Now, earlier, we were getting some reports of some icing on DOT cams. I'm going to start with the North Dakota cameras. We will switch over to Minnesota where there was some impacts as well. Here is a look. Anywhere you see purple is going to be snow-covered roads and a little bit of ice. There's a lot of green out to the west. Green means seasonal road conditions. As we take a look. Now, the radar was showing Grand Forks getting a little bit of snow shower activity on it, right? So let's verify what we're seeing right in Grand Forks. And as I take a look, we see clouds. I don't see snow covering the road or anything substantial there. So typical wintry travel conditions there. On Highway 2 out near Emerado, same thing goes. We have no clouds producing snow showers. And there's our DOT crews out there. It looks like very hard at work trying to keep our roads open and ready to go. Now, as we take a look at I-29, here's a look here in the Grand Forks zone. Not too bad there. Up to the north a little bit, we go near the international border. And when you get up into, say, Walsh County, that's where we start to see the roads showing signs of snow or ice on them. And that's what the DOT is reporting as well. So take it a little slower, stay off the cruise control because you could run into some areas that received a layer of slippery as we've gone through our day today. Here's a look right up north at the Pembina area, and you can kind of see there is some patchy areas of ice, certainly on Interstate 94. Now let's take a quick peek at your Minnesota roads for you, and then we'll get you on about your business, and I'll have more details on the 7-day planner coming up here in a bit. In just a few moments, as a matter of fact. All right, let's take a look at this. In Minnesota, northwest parts of the state, we're seeing some mixed precipitation. There were reports there. I do not see pink areas of roads until we get out near Rainy Lake, International Falls. These areas out here, the pink is completely icy and snow-covered roads. Look at this. International Falls, seeing that we do have some snow on the road and the winds are causing it to blow. Now, the winds are going to pick up overnight, and this road surface that you see here is going to be nothing but junk as we go through the next 24 hours or so with new, fresh snow blowing around. Looking up near Waskish, let's take a look on the edges of the Red Lake area, the upper Red Lake, and we do have a beautiful-looking scenery there, and the roads look to be about seasonal for this time of the year. War Road and that Highway 11 corridor through Roseau County. I do believe this area was seeing some freezing mizzle and drist. Drist and mizzle? Yes. A mix of rain showers freezing on the road. So watch for slippery conditions on Highway 11 there, even though it shows green. Here is a look in the, let's go to the, well, this is Donaldson here. Roads there reported to be okay, but certainly we do see some areas of snow showers that were in the area. Thief River Falls, not far from the Grand Forks area. We got a little snow blowing and drifting across the road surface. Certainly looks glossy and glazed over, right? And in fact, when you look back here, you can kind of see the snow blowing over the road surface. Your car tires run over that. It compresses the ice, it melts it, and it turns into a little bit of an ice rink out there. So icy roads on 59 north of Thief River at this time. Beltrami on Highway 9, it does look like there's a little bit of icy there, but nothing too shabby. It's about typical winter conditions. So we'll keep you posted right here, but as of now, the conditions are going to decrease in their quality as we go through the evening hours. How's the weather going west for tomorrow? Heading to Nevada around 10 a.m. Erica, thanks for your question. Right now, the weather and temperatures out to the west, beautiful as far as the temperatures are concerned. I'll show you the radar here behind me. You can see as you're driving west, you're going to get into some warmer air. Now, as you're going tomorrow, there's going to be very gusty north winds. North winds are going to cause snow to blow across Interstate 94. So north to south winds gusting to 45, even 50 miles per hour in places, particularly as you go from the Red River Valley through the James River Valley. The wind will be decreasing, so as soon as you start getting out to places like Dickinson and Webo, Montana, Baker, Montana, if you're heading that way, you're going to start to see the conditions improving along that route. I hope that helps. Please know this. No matter where you are and no matter when you're there, hutchesweather.com has been improved for you. Check it out. hutchesweather.com. I've added up links to all area DOT sites. So if you have to check road conditions, this is your one-stop shopping right here, hutchesweather.com. And check out my fine sponsors like Evco. Evco is a company located in Detroit Lakes, Minnesota. They serve a 200-mile radius with all of your lubrication needs for your operation on the farm. And not only that, they pride themselves in service, which means they'll bring it to you. Contact Evco right here through my link on the webpage. Let them know you appreciate them sponsoring Hutch's Weather, like my other fine sponsors here. Okay, if you click on the road conditions icon, or excuse me, link at the top of the page, this is what you're going to get. Whether you're looking for North Dakota, whether you're looking for Manitoba, you're going to be able to see the road conditions, and all these buttons at the top here are the different states and regions where we got a direct link for you to the road conditions in all of these states. Saskatchewan, Manitoba are included. We're not going to forget about our Canadian neighbors. So as you're traveling along, please keep in mind that you can get the very latest on what's going on, including whether Hutch is live or not, like I am right now. Big notification right at the top of the website. You click that button and shazam! There you go. Not only that, if there are warnings in your area, this is the importance of allowing hutchesweather.com to track your location. You can click on it and it will let you know in your location what's going on. Oh, by golly, Hutch is in a winter storm watch right now at the location of my broadcasting right now taking place in Moorhead. So we do have a winter storm watch here. Winter storm warnings in the North Shore area. And we do have a winter weather advisory across a large chunk of the area. I'll keep you advised. I do anticipate there could be some upgrades, we call that, to the highlights or headlines of our weather products for you from the National Weather Service, who does a bang-up job keeping ahead of the storm systems. Okay, one more quick look at hutchesweather.com. One other thing that is up here for you, not only the road conditions, but snowfall amounts. So if you're wondering what snowfall amounts are, you can click on the link up top, and you're going to go to a National Weather Service repository of all of the snow reports, not just for here. Folks, it's the nation. You can look around where you're going on your road trip, no matter where that road trip is, and I can tell you, you'll see what snow you'll be passing through in places like Wyoming, Colorado, or if you want to check this out together, it's pretty cool because we can go and take a look at what's going on in the lake effect snow machine that's beginning again out to the east. So as we zoom around on the map, you're going to see these colored dots. And here we go. Just in the last 24 hours, just north of Chicago on the Lake Michigan side of Michigan, we have some lofty snowfall totals of 10 inches to a foot, over a foot of snow in some of those locations. More snow pounding places like Cleveland, where we saw them having troubles there. And again, as we go into upstate New York, and the Buffalo area where we all watched on Sunday, 56.6 inches, Casadaga, New York. All right, so that's a look at what's going on. HutchesWeather.com for all your weather needs, and I'll have my video updates there as well. Speaking of which, on HutchesWeather.com, as we kind of give a tutorial right here, you can click on the homepage here, and when you go to the homepage, you'll see the interactive radar and what's going on right now. The light blue shades on this radar that you're seeing, that's snow. So the brighter blue here, snow, and this is mixed precipitation where you see the pink and even the darker blue. So that's where we're seeing the radar depicting this cold front starting its trek through the region up to the north. The colder air will begin arriving. Temperatures will begin falling. Here's a quick peek at that 7-day forecast as promised. So let's go to that right now. Here's what you need to know. As you go through the night tonight, your temperatures are going to rise from where we are now to about 30 degrees, maybe a little bit cooler, but about 30 degrees here in the FM area. Then temperatures fall the rest of the day. We're down to 8 in the afternoon. Very icy. Snow plus wind. It's not going to be a lot of snow as you saw there. Generally, most areas will be under 2 inches of snow. Many of us will be under an inch of snow. But it's going to blow, and the snow that's around is going to blow as well. Could be tricky travel for sure. So check with the very latest on HutchesWeather.com. 4 below with wind chills down around 25 to 30 below in places on Thursday morning, before things start to quiet and really right the ship. But we got unsettled weather coming for the weekend. Friday, we get a little slap of a clipper moving through. We could have a flurry or two as we go through that system. The next big system coming on Sunday and into Monday, a mix of precipitation as temperatures warm again to this zone where we're at right now. That warm front and clipper moves through, but this is a 1-2 punch of a clipper and a Colorado low. Kind of a double-barreled system. Clipper coming out of Canada, Colorado low coming out of Colorado. And as the clipper moves through, we'll get a little shot on Sunday. The Colorado low could arrive on Monday. And that system is now showing up on more than one model. So there is increasing confidence that we're going to have, I put a potential winter event here as we go into Monday of next week. I'll have more details on that right here. In fact, so look back shortly. I'll keep you posted. Let me see if there's any other questions, but if not, that is a look at your weather. And it looks like how far north is this hitting? Debbie, when you say how far north is this hitting, are you talking about the system tonight? This winter weather event tonight is going to impact the entire region with wind. The snowfall, as I showed on the forecast map, not a lot of it, but the greatest snowfall amounts will be in northern Minnesota. There could be some banding of snow that takes place. I'll put that back up right now. So again, this could set up a little bit either side of this. This is a band of snow. We could see 1 inch or 2 inches of snow with gusty winds. So that's what I'm seeing. Thank you for your questions. The next system coming for Monday, I'll have a much more in-depth update on that. Can I bring back summer, Rowdy? That's a great question. I know a lot of folks like that. Even Lake Brunson, yes, even Lake Brunson looks cold. It's certainly something where you'll at least want to wear a t-shirt, long sleeve shirt maybe, or long johns for Hutch. So that's what it looks like. Yuck is indeed my perspective as well. That is a look at your weather. I'm meteorologist Hutch Johnson. Remember, HutchesWeather.com anytime, anywhere, with all the information that you need right at your fingertips. HutchesWeather.com is there for you. Have a wonderful evening. Stay warm. Enjoy this warmth while it lasts. Big changes are on the way.